Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel. Kat Star here with your next 3 months reading. So this includes January, February, and March of 2022. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. So we're going to go ahead and get 3 columns out here. 1 for January, 1 for February, and 1 for March. We're going to see what's coming in, what's going on for you for this first quarter, for the first 3 months of 2022. I do trust that your first 11 days, since how today is January 11th, also 111. So this is high abundance, lots of manifestation kind of powers going on right now, extra intense manifestation power, so be focused on your thoughts. But I do intend that the first 11 days of 2022 have been absolutely amazing for you. Now, whether you are brand new to the channel, hello, or returning, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I enjoy sharing energy with you. So again, thank you for being here. All right, let's go ahead and see what else is coming in. Also, if you have not noticed, I've been talking about it, I believe October, November, potentially December, about updating the description box below with the cards that I use here on the channel. And I have finally gotten that done. There are affiliate links down there. So if you do get some cards from there, I might get a little bit of compensation for that. I do thank you for that. But if you have been interested in learning tarot or, of course, or using oracle cards, then I have all of the links down there for the ones I use here on the channel. Woo, flying cards as always. So you can go ahead and check those out. Let's go ahead and see what else here. All right, look at that. Isn't that a great dynamic going on there for February? All right, what else? Ooh, and March. Look at that. All right, loving this for you here, Aquarius. All right, let's go ahead and see what the focus can be, and then we'll just dive right into the readings for each month, or the reading for each month. Okay, we're gonna do this one, one more, and that one. Yes, of course, it plays so well, and I love it. All right, so for January, right here, January, Aquarius, we have family. So your focus is really going to be on the family unit, on connections, on really improving that, making sure you are making time, making sure that you are having a quality of time as well with your family. Now, whether this is blood family or family that you have chosen, friendships, tribe, however that works out, you are really tuned into that dynamic here in January, really increasing. And not only that, but there has been a lot going on, really focusing in on letting people know that you love them, calling them, texting them, staying in contact with the people that are super important with you during January and moving forward, as we've seen so many changes and so many losses, unfortunately, throughout the last several years, that it's really important, and you're really focused and tuned in on really connecting deeper with family in whatever regard that is to you, whether that's blood or not. Really tuning in, making sure you are connected, and making sure that you are really letting the people know around you that you love them, telling them often that you love them, that you care about them, verbally showing also the love and the care that you feel for others letting others know also what's coming through here is also letting others know that you are there for them if they need anything. A lot of people have really been having some difficult times, and really, you have really been reaching out, lucky stars, and letting those people know that you are there, checking on them, tuning in to kind of where they're at, and letting them know how much you care and how much you appreciate them. So this is gorgeous, gorgeous energy here in January. Let's go ahead and see what else is coming in. You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, well, cups themselves are all about emotions, about relationships, about feelings. So you are very, very tuned into that during this time. And the Knight of Cups is really just about kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve and really, really tuning in again to the connection. So you're really letting your emotions kind of be out there for, which Aquariuses, we tend to be a little bit emotionally detached at times, right? So we're really kind of flipping that script during January here and really showing emotion, being connected, letting people know that we love them. In certain instances, I'm just going to throw this out there because it's coming through and I have to give you what I get. That may actually take people off guard a little bit here in January, Aquarius. But as you continue to do that, it will become normal and people will really, really be open and open to receiving that, and it won't be kind of surprising. There's times where when emotion is shown, the love, the concern, the caring, right, in a different way, that it can almost be surprising for people. So be aware of that here, Aquarius, but allow yourself to really just have those emotions on your sleeve, to really connect and reconnect, for those of you that haven't been, with your family, with your tribe. Let people know that you love them and care them about them, and that's really what it's all about here in January for you. And then you also have the Page of Swords. Swords energy is your energy, or our energy here, Aquarius, the air energy. And the Page of Swords is really indicating that you are really open to, there's this openness, this energy, this livelihood or vibrance into really kind of fighting for these connections during this time, really allowing yourself, because as I said before, a lot of times Aquarians can be more on the emotionally detached side. So this is really potentially an internal struggle or war that you may be going through during this time, that you are fighting through, Aquarius, to be able to show those emotions at that deeper level, as with the Knight of Cups, right? Really to be able to let those come out, to be able to show them. And if or when people act really, really surprised, to not let yourself recoil and not do it, Aquarius, because Spirit is really indicating, and we know as a collective, that it really, really is needed during these times. Knowing the connection, knowing the love, knowing the support that is there. And once you start being more emotional, Aquarius, and allowing your emotions to come out a little more, and when you're more connected with the people around you, you'll see that they too will reciprocate that. You'll notice that they're checking on you and calling you and letting you know that they love you in return. So this is gorgeous energy for January. And then your focus is kindness. Yes, of course, because this is all about connection and love. It says you are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. Of course, that is exactly what January is all about. That's what we've spoken about. So really connection, reconnecting. If you have had a disconnect of sorts with people, and or just really tuning into letting your emotions show, contacting people, telling people that my stomach is growling. If you can hear that, that just means that the message is right on point. Letting people know that you love them, and allowing people to let you know, even in those moments when showing that emotion, if you are someone, it kind of comes up as one of Aquarius's traits, to be a little bit emotionally detached, even if it's surprising people, or taking people off guard. Allow that, and allow that openness and kindness, and be receptive to it as well. Let's go right into February, and of course, moving right on over into February with compassion. So really, really being compassionate, opening up, seeing both sides of a story or situation, not taking things at face value, but really being compassionate and open, caring, and listening during February is really going to move the needle. So compassion in all forms is really, really coming through here. Excuse me, is really coming through in all forms. And that really just moves the needle right on from family. And within that, you have the 10 of Cups. And isn't that interesting how often, I've spoken about this many times before, hit that like button if you have seen some of the other videos with the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. They show up for you almost every single reading, Aquarius. So you have the 10 of Cups here, and this goes right back into having that harmony within your relationships and your family. So it does look like this first 3 months, at least the first two, are really focused on your connections, your family. You're showing and allowing people to know how much you care about them and how much you love them, holding compassion for them. And the 10 of Cups is representing the same thing. This is all about really having those connections, really having that harmony within relationships, within family. So compassion, really letting people know, and this brings this fulfillment and this joyful emotion within you, Aquarius, that really reignites a deeper kind of connection is the word that's coming through, although it doesn't feel like that is deep enough or quite where it needs to be, but a deeper connection with everything that is around you, the people, nature, the situations. It brings this enlivening is the word coming through, moment or experience within and through you, Aquarius, that you can then share. So this is gorgeous energy. And then we have also the 8 of Swords here, and the 8 of Swords is really coming in to really indicate Swords is our energy, Aquarius. Swords is the intellect, the mind, thoughts. So it's really coming in here to kind of potentially bring up this idea, since how January and February are really focusing on family and focusing on emotion. And for a lot of us, as we've said, or as I've said before, that is not something that Aquarius is generally very keen on, is showing a lot of emotion or being very emotional. And so there's going to be a potential point where in March you might feel like kind of recoiling. That's the word that came through in January as well, or a word that came through in January as well, kind of recoiling back into patterns of the past. And what's being indicated here, Aquarius, is that that isn't going to benefit you during this time. Connection is definitely needed. And a lot of times, Aquarius, you can pull back and not really allow people in. And so Spirit is indicating this 10 of Cups to this 8 of Swords is really, really coming through here, that it's time to be more open during this first quarter of 2022. And then you also have Individuality, and it says you leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. Yes, Aquarius. So these two together right here, that is indicating that you get to be yourself without pushing, having that pushing, pulling, whether to be emotional or not, and that you can really set up boundaries for yourself to allow yourself to be more connected and more emotional towards those people around you, towards your loved ones, towards your family. Be more compassionate for this really fulfilling, right? For this really fulfilling emotion, this really fulfilling kind of deeper connection that is coming through for you during this time, Aquarius. And not only does it benefit you in that aspect, but it also benefits those around you. As we talked about before, it does allow for them also to reciprocate that and to be open to that. Sometimes, actually, what's coming through here, sometimes others don't know how to be around Aquarius, not in a bad way, but just because of that potential for detached emotion or not really showing emotion. So by opening up in January and February and being more connected, more emotional on whatever level feels good for you, Aquarius, it also allows other people to open up and connect with us or Aquarius in a different way. Lucky stars, you have so much that you can give and receive in that opening, that openness, that kind of cracking open of the shell around the emotions, or letting go or letting low, releasing kind of the wall around kind of the rigidness that sometimes Aquarius can hold around emotion, is really going to be beneficial. And then now in March, you have willpower and strength. So for some of us Aquarians, this may be a little bit more difficult than we're realizing. And in March, we're going to really start to feel now the strength, what's coming in with the strength is really standing firm. And willpower, what is coming in with that is really allowing and letting, going with that flow. You've created momentum here in January and February. You've created a lot of momentum with this, Aquarius. And so the willpower is really not forcing, but it's going with the flow and standing firm within this kind of new idotomy or ididomy. That word is coming through, but it's not verbalizing, through this new paradigm, through this new shift that you are going into here, Aquarius. And then you also have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is really kind of indicating that this in March, within this opening of the emotion, within this opening kind of trust almost also, because within this there has been a little bit potentially within January and February of feelings of push and pull and or vulnerability. So this is really in March with that strength, with that going with the flow, the willpower there. It's really coming into confidence within allowing this, even if it's not every time, Aquarius. There's times where no matter who we are or what sign we are, that we just don't feel like being that connected or what have you. Maybe we need to re-energize, that sort of thing, and that's okay. But the Queen of Cups is here the Queen of Wands is here as a reminder that you do get to really be confident within this, and you're starting to feel that within this new kind of that word is still not coming through. I hope that you understand. If you understand what I'm saying here and you're still with me, go ahead and hit that like button. And then you also have the Five of Cups. So we have, Cups energy coming through here, which is that emotion in each month. So you have the Five of Cups here, and the Five of Cups is really kind of feeling a bit not okay. Let's really tune into this card. This is feeling just a little bit potentially let down within opening up and sharing this emotion. So there's a potential, Aquarius, that in March you may notice that people are kind of pulling back a little bit, and you feel a little bit of kind of emptiness within that potentially, as you have been working so hard to open up and to allow and to trust and to potentially let people in. But what you're not noticing is these cups back here, that super connected connections, those deep, potent connections, whether that is, again, with family of blood or with a tribe or with people that you have chosen as family. Don't forget those people, and don't let yourself be down as, right, coming back to this willpower and the strength, standing firm. Stand firm within this, Aquarius, as the benefits are going to be amazing for you. And then you also, your focus is on gratitude. You fully appreciate the invaluable blessings that life lovingly presents to you. And this is exactly what this is. This is coming in as a lesson, Aquarius, for you to not continue to look at what has been lost or spilled, right? Or what potentially let down, those let down feelings, maybe without the full on reciprocation from everybody. Now, this is also coming in that there was a potential reconciliation with a family member or a friend back here in January that maybe went pretty well in the very beginning, but didn't actually follow suit into March. And Spirit is indicating that that time will come if it is meant to, right? If it is meant to. But don't put all your eggs in this basket, Aquarius. Focus on the other people that have really connected with you and that are, really reciprocating and seeing and noticing all that you have been doing over this first 3 months of 2022, because it is beautiful, beautiful energy. And then also, it's tuning into that gratitude. Be grateful once again for those connections that you have, for those deep, potent people. Also, with that Five of Cups, what's also coming through is that you have, through this process of this first 3 months, seen who is true and who isn't, and also seen true colors. So that is what I have for you for this first 3 months in 2022, Aquarius, January, February, March. I do intend it resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit that like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see it that might not otherwise. Also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors, and I'll see you in the next reading.